Thank you for joining Inventors TV. We are so honored that you have taken time to join us in this incredible journey of taking your product from concept to market through the first of its kind Inventor web series, Inventors TV, brought to you by the largest women-owned inventor marketing and connection platform, Inventors Network. For over 11 years, we have been supporting, educating, and connecting inventors to help them take their products from concept to market. And now, with the power of the internet, our vast social reach, we are able to bring you the most comprehensive Inventor TV series live. And now, welcome to our show. This is Deanna Cohen and Melinda Knight. So excited for our show today. Melinda, how did we find this handsome devil over here?
Goodness. Well, we lucked out that I think he found our network online, and we were able to connect through social media, and I believe he came onto our website and found us, and so it just seems like a perfect marriage for what we're doing and what he's doing. So we're excited to share with everyone.
I'm going to introduce him because I think that's what I do. I'm the introductor. All right. So this is Bob Circosta, and he is television's first home shopping host. Believe it or not, the first. And it has achieved over $5 billion. That's dollars, folks, not, socks in his drawer, of personal product sales on live television. Bob is considered one of the pioneers in the home shopping industry and has over 75,000 products that he has shared with our 95 million home shopping network audience. Pretty amazing stuff. He also is the first recipient of the HSN, and I'm not sure I'm going to hold on my little Hit Legends Award. Thank you. And he is also going to be sharing with us today a lot about the American Dream program. So we're really excited to hear what that is all about. And without further ado, welcome Bob Circosta to our show.
Thank you. It's an honor for me to be here. I've heard about you guys and what you've been doing and helping entrepreneurs for a long, long time. And I reached out for you because I said, these two, they know what they're doing. They're making things happen for people. And so I wanted to, become a part of what you guys are doing. And I just appreciate being here on Inventors TV. This is the second show, I understand?
Yes, sir.
Wow, I am honored. Thank you for inviting me.
Well, you're more than welcome. So, Bob, I'm sure a lot of our audience wants to know if you could briefly share a little bit about that first day, that day that you took your first step inside what is now known as the HSN Studios, and what that felt like, and how did you get there?
Well, that's a great question, and many, many people are surprised to find out that what we all know now today is the TV shopping industry really started on radio. It didn't even start on TV. It started on a very small radio station in Clearwater, Florida, and it was called WWQT 1470 on your AM dial. I mean, we thought we were big time, okay? Well, what you have to understand is that this was possibly the world's worst radio station. It was pathetic, and it was a news talk format, very small news talk format, had nothing to do with selling merchandise or products or anything like that. But, in order to stay on the air at that time, you had to have advertisers and you had to have sponsors. And so the owner of the radio station, a gentleman by the name of Bud Paxson, he would go around town and he would try to get these businesses to buy an advertising contract. And one day, all true now, one day at an appliance store, and they're still there today, as a matter of fact, on Greenwood Avenue in Clearwater, Florida. But an appliance store bought 13 weeks of advertising on the radio station. I had a talk show I was the host of a talk show from noon to 3 every day, and we talked about politics, and we talked about what was happening in the world and all of that, just like they do on all talk shows. Again, had nothing to do with with selling merchandise. But since, again, this was possibly the world's worst radio station, when we got an advertiser, we were so ecstatic. We were happy. So for 13 weeks on my talk show, I talked about the appliance store and to go into the store and specials and all of that stuff. So now fast forward at the end of 13 weeks, Bud went back to the appliance store to collect on the bill. And when he walked into the store, the owner of the store was furious. And Bud said, "What's the problem?" And the guy said, "You know what? Not one person, not one, has come in here and said they even heard my commercial on your radio station." And then he went on to say, "You do indeed have possibly the world's worst radio station." And then he said to Bud, here was the killer. He said, "You know what? I'm not going to pay you." And Bud said, "Wait a minute." Yeah. Bud said, "That's not how this works. You know, we had a deal." They went back and forth. Finally, the guy who owned the store said this to Bud. He said, "You know what? Instead of me paying you in cash for the advertising, look back by the door. I had a shipment come in a couple hours ago. Take a box of merchandise. I'll give you that instead of cash." Well, by this time, Bud was so frustrated, I think he was happy just leaving with something, you know, in his hands. So he got in the car, took the box, got in the car, had no idea what he was going to do with it. Now, meanwhile, I'm on the radio and I'm doing my talk show. And every hour of the talk show, there was like a 5-minute news break, and they do the local news and weather. And I take a break, have a cup of coffee or whatever. So I'm sitting in this little booth, you know, all by myself, not bothering anybody. And pretty soon the door opened up, and in walked Bud. Now, Bud was about 6'8". So when he came in a room, you knew he was in that room. So he walked in this little booth, and he's holding in his hands an electric can opener. All true. Now, this was 1977. So this was an avocado green, ugly electric can opener. And he had, holding it in his hands, and he looked at me and he said, "Bob, when you come out of the news, I want you to sell this can opener." And I looked at him like he had 3 heads. I said, "You want me to do what?" He said, "I want you to sell this can." And I said, "Sell?" I remember saying to him, "You want me to sell?" I said, "Wait a minute. I'm a newsman. You know, I have morals. And I have ethics. I mean, what do you mean you want me to sell?" And then he explained to me the relationship between me selling that can opener and getting a check. And instantly, the can opener looked pretty good. And so I came on after the news, and I said, "Folks, we'll get back to our topic in just a moment." And then I recounted the whole story and told everybody how, you know, what happened during the break. And I started describing the can opener. And I said, "If you call me up right now, reserve a can opener, come on down to the studio and pay for it, it's yours." And pretty soon the telephone lines, you know, the lights, they started to light up. In fact, I didn't know what those lights were because nobody had ever called me before on the show. So I had no idea what was going on. But interestingly enough, on that day, it was August 28th, 1977, we sold 112 electric can openers. And that was the beginning of what we all now know as the TV shopping industry. Bud, being a great marketing guy, said, "Wait a minute, I made more from selling the can openers than I would have from the advertising." So every day on the talk show, they stopped the talk show, my talk show, at 2 o'clock, and we did what was called a product spotlight. And we would go out to restaurants or other businesses, and we'd get their products, and we would put the spotlight on a product. And pretty soon that 5-minute segment went to 10, went to 30 minutes, went to an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours. We did this on radio for 5 years, from 77 until 1982. And then 1982, they wired this county here in Florida, they wired it for cable. So we went in and we leased a cable. We thought, yeah, hey, you could see the product. It's got to be better, right? So we leased a cable TV channel. We started that, and it was going great. And then in 1985, we said, you know what? If this works locally, it's got to work nationwide. And so July 1, 1985, we went nationwide, coast to coast. And now today, home shopping is in every corner of the world. I mean, you name a country, and there's a TV shopping channel. Yeah. But that's how it all started. That was the beginning, and that's how it all started.
Wow. Wow.
I'm speechless. That's unbelievable that we're talking to you, and you are the one person that made this category what it is today. Well, gosh, the next question, this is kind of a silly question. I'm not going to even ask it. I'm going to kind of laugh through it. Did you ever sell or have a selling experience before? So obviously not. So
No.
let's talk about the American dream. Let's get into this because we have some inventors that really want to talk to you. Let's
Sure.
talk about HSN's American Dream Program and what that means to the innovators of our community.
Oh, we'd love to. We'd love to. About a year ago, it was a year ago last August, HSN came to me. And by the way, since the beginning of time, HSN has been the entrepreneur's best friend. I mean, that's how it was built. It has continued to this day to be fueled by entrepreneurs. And a lot of people think, well, I'd like to get on there, but I don't know how to do it, or they don't really, they're going to want tens of thousands of units and all of that. So here's what happened about a year and a half ago. HSN came to me and they said, Bob, we want to start a program segment that focuses on entrepreneurs and inventors and their inventions. And we're going to make it inventor friendly. All right, we're going to make sure that there's no risk for the inventor, that it's a great opportunity, a great platform to be able to share their product with, in this country, over 95 million homes. So they said, Bob, we'd like for you to go out and find these entrepreneurs and bring them on the air. So we started to do that last August, a year ago August, and it started out as like a 10-minute segment. It's almost way back like the can openers. It started out as a 10-minute segment once a week, and now we are on once a month it started. Now we're on 3 times every single week. And it has created such an opportunity, and I compliment HSN and the management, Mindy Grossman and Bill Brand and Jen Cotter and Dara Trujillo and the entire team at HSN for wanting to create this. And they have really put together a great opportunity. So I go all over the country now, and I search for products and I look for entrepreneurs. We just had one on this morning, and she came from Salt Lake City, Utah, and she sold out in 6 minutes. She sold out of her product. So it's a great opportunity. It's a great springboard because you have to look at it as a test. It's a test to get your product, see what it does, how it performs, and then if it does well, then they'll reorder and they'll have you on over and over and over again. So that's what American Dreams is all about. And once again, I just cannot say enough nice things about the management of HSN, because I got to tell you, to give up 10 minutes, 12 minutes, 15 minutes of airtime is very profitable airtime, all right, for them. But to kind of experiment with that and say, you know what, we're gonna put the priority of the inventor, of the entrepreneur ahead of that, and give them an opportunity. And I'm very happy to say about 20 or 25% of those that I brought on the air have received reorders and are now in regular rotation on the air. So for the inventors that you have in your organization, what an opportunity. I mean, it is a win-win opportunity.
So this leads us to another great question. Let's talk about what you're looking for. What kind of products do well on the American Dream Program or HSN?
Well, right. It's a great question. It really is. It's almost the same product that would work in any program segment on the air. And what I look for when I look at a product, I want it to be demonstrable. Okay. In fact, I jotted down a few things so your inventors could kind of have a key guideline. It needs to be demonstrable. Obviously, TV shopping is a visual medium, so you need to be able to demonstrate what you have. And you might be thinking, well, you can't really demonstrate my product, but you can. There are different ways to come up with it to be able to demonstrate it. It also has to have instant gratification. It cannot be something that, hey, 6 months from now or 2 years from now, you'll be able to really see a return. Or no. This has got to be something that you can actually see and latch on to the benefit of it right away. And here's an important one. It's got to solve a problem, okay? A universally accepted problem. And I always tell inventors, even though if they don't have a product that's finished yet, but they're in that process, one of the first questions I ask someone is, what problem does your product or your idea, what problem does it solve? And if you can't answer that succinctly and real easily and clearly, then you're going to have a problem with developing your product. So you've got to solve a problem, all right, with that as well. Also, it has to be easy to understand. In other words, you have to be able to communicate it very quickly, because the element of time in the TV shopping world is of paramount importance. You know, in radio and TV stations, they have the Nielsen ratings and they have Arbitron ratings. The rating system of the TV shopping network is called DPM, dollars per minute. All right, so it's not, you know, everybody comes in and they think, well, I've got to sell out. That's not the goal. Believe it or not, the goal is not to sell out. The goal is to sell the most amount of product in the least amount of time. It all revolves around time. And interesting how we came up with this years ago. After we were on the air for 24 hours a day, we figured out, you know, no matter what we do, we can't be on the air any more than 24 hours a day. I mean, that's it. We're maxed out. So how do we increase sales? You increase sales by decreasing the amount of time it takes to make the sale. So it goes back to your inventor needs to have a very clear message, and that message has to be very, very focused and, you know, easy to understand and easy to use. So, and the product also has to make one's life easier. Now, here's what I mean by that. If you're asking somebody to use your product and they have to go way outside their comfort zone, you're going to have some challenges, you know. And I'm a strong believer. You got to go outside your comfort zone. That's how we grow as individuals. I understand that. But if you're asking for somebody to really go way outside, you're going to set up some roadblocks. So you have to really paint the picture of what your product does and how it fits into everyone's lifestyle. The last one, the last point that I look for is, in TV shopping, it's got to have mass appeal. It cannot be a niche-oriented product. Now, there's nothing wrong with having a niche product, as long as you know where your niche is, all right? But in TV shopping, you have to have mass appeal. So that problem has to be understood universally, and the product has to have mass appeal. But one side note on that, one benefit of HSN American Dreams is that you're able to get your product on with very limited quantity up front. So that was one of the questions that I asked and worked with HSN on creating a process in which you could have as little as 500 units of something and be able to go on the air. So that's kind of a checklist that you can keep in mind and you can apply. Maybe you're in that idea stage. Maybe you're in the prototype stage. Keep those things in mind, okay? Because I learned a long time ago there are two keys to marketing anything, anywhere. And I've initialized them as P and D. P and D. The P is presentation. What do I mean by that? You can have a great product, you can have a great idea, but if you can't create the need for it, if you can't, you know, get others to want what you have, you're not going to get the results you're after. And the D stands for distribution. You could have a great presentation, but if you're in front of the wrong people and in the wrong market, you're also going to end up spinning your wheels. So you've got to match the two. So that's another point that your inventors should keep in mind while they're developing what they have is, okay, what's my pitch and where am I going to market this eventually? So those are, you know.
That's amazing.
And I'm talking way too much. I want to hear from you guys.
There's so much to share.
I get so excited. I just get so excited about all this.
Well, I mean, listeners want to know what these are the things they want to know. And some of the things that we wanted you to cover as well is what, I mean, sometimes the home shopping opportunities are really exciting, but they're a little bit scary. Sometimes in the past they were scary.
Yes.
You want to share kind of what makes American Dreams not so scary, a little bit more inventor friendly?
Right. Oh, of course. Another great question. American Dreams, even though it is HSN owns it, controls it, it's part of the family of HSN, it is an entirely different process. They've really made it, very friendly to the inventor to be able to get through that process. But we have a separate training that we do for the inventors. So before they go on the air, they are trained in how to present their product. And again, HSN has put a lot of resources into this. And again, I compliment them for doing that. But also, I get to go on the air with the inventor as well. So you have the host, the HSN host there, and then myself, and then I bring the inventor on. So you have the two of us on either side of the inventor to kind of make sure we stay in the right direction and that we make it as easy as possible for the inventor. So there are a lot of nuances, that a lot of great benefits, not just in the actual performing of it on the air, but also in the merchandising process and things of that nature.
Mm-hmm.
I think your inventors would love it.
Of course they will.
Of course they would.
Melinda, do we want to start with our first inventor?
Yeah, that's. I was actually looking for Donna Metcalf, is actually one of the people that we have in the beginning with the Rakes Mate. So if you want to send me a question, I have my question panel. If you're on here by a different name and I'm just not seeing you, scream out to me. But I'm going to show her product just really quick, just because it's so great. And this is the Rakes Mate. I'm just going to get her up.
Are you going to play a video of the product?
Yeah. I'm going to do a video.
I love technology. Technology, yeah. I don't understand it, but I love it. You know?
It's okay.
Okay.
As long as I have you two there, I'm in good hands.
Yeah, we'll handle all the technology stuff. And even with that, things happen. Okay. So here we go.
Okay.
Everyone is looking for ways to lighten their workload, especially when it comes to yard cleanup. We spend hours raking the debris into piles, and then we scoop, swipe, and even do the dog paddle to get the pile of yard waste into a bag. It's a lot of frustrating work. But don't get discouraged, because there is a solution to this problem. Rakes Mate is a clever lawn and garden tool that makes bagging yard waste quick and easy. Just clip on a paper or plastic yard waste bag and throw Rakes Mate on the ground. Rake the debris on top and lift. Say goodbye to the old way of raking the debris into piles. Rakes Mate collects, scoops, and bags all in one go. You don't have to touch the yard waste or anything else that may get mixed in. Rakes Mate is made of durable polyfiber material and tough stainless steel clips that hold the paper or plastic yard waste bags securely. Rakes Mate is strong and durable and will last a long time. Rakes Mate is easily collapsible and transforms from 28 to 10 inches in one simple fold. Rakes Mate, easy on your back and easy on your time.
All right.
Wow. Well, okay. So let's go back to the checklist. Some of the points on the checklist that I referred to earlier. Demonstrable. It definitely is demonstrable. Okay, it's very, very visual, no doubt about that. It solves a universal problem. I think many of us can certainly relate to the problem or can identify with the problem. So it solves a problem that we all understand. It looks like it's easy to use. If I understand correctly, you just clip the bag on the existing bag, right, that you use anyway. But instead of trying to clumsily put the leads in the old bag, you just put it in this product and it goes right into the bag. So yeah, just like that. So I think it hit all the key points. I mean, I need to talk to her to find out price point and things of that nature. But it's certainly something that I would like to know more about and would like to share with the people at HSN.
Well, and the great thing, and we're going to get to this at the end too, is we're going to share Bob's website, and that's where Donna has already gone. Donna Metcalf is the creator of this product. She's already applied to the website. So she's ahead of the game there. So we'll share all that information too at the end.
She's not on the line? She's not on the call with us?
No, I don't see her. So which was kind of a bum, but the other two are. So we'll.
What? Donna's out raking leaves.
Yep.
If you only knew, she lives in Canada.
She is. Yeah, it might have time differences sometimes, and she is fantastic. So wonderful woman. There's a question from Marcia. She says HSN used to require insurance and the label in different languages. Is that still mandatory?
Well, product liability insurance, yes. But, I mean, no matter where you're marketing your product, I would strongly urge you to have product liability insurance so you are protected. But, yes, because HSN, I mean, it's a nationwide broadcast. So you do need the product liability insurance. What was the other part of the question?
She just wanted to find out if it was still mandatory to have that.
To have also the different
in another country or in another language. Yeah.
Okay, but here to the point that I made a little earlier where HSN has made it easy, I become the vendor myself. So I'm the vendor of the product, which I already have liability insurance. So she would only have to become a rider on mine, which is very, very easy, very inexpensive to do. Any commercial, insurance person can do it. So that makes it a little easier for the inventor rather than going out and getting their own policy. They can become a rider on my policy because I'm the vendor of record.
Another reason why American Dreams is really a good fit for these small.
But what did she say about the label, Melinda? She said something.
Know if the label needed to be in other languages. It sounded like it kind of got.
No, it needs to be in English.
In English.
It needs to be in English.
Yes. I think what you might mean is it going internationally, broadcast internationally.
Oh, no. If it's just on HSN, it's just domestic, okay, in the U.S. Now, if she goes on other TV shopping networks around the world, she would have to adhere to that particular culture. And she's right, you have to change the label according to that culture. But as far as HSN American Dream, as long as it's in English, she's fine. But that's also another thing we do as the vendor. I make sure that it gets through that QA process. So, it can be very, very intimidating for somebody on the outside to try to go jump through all the hoops and do all of that. It's because they don't know. I mean, HSN makes it very simple and they have a great process, but somebody on the outside just doesn't know how to do that. And that's where we try to fill that gap in. For the American Dreamer, we try to fill that gap by getting the product, into the shipping process and the QA process that would answer questions such as labeling and things of that nature. So all the inventor has to do is just ship the product to my warehouse. We take care of it from then on. Okay, so I mean, it's very, very simple.
That's huge. I think you've made an intimidating process that's very exciting, but intimidating much less. And
that's what we wanted to do.
Yeah.
Yep.
So I'm actually going to attempt to do something fun. I'm going to do this with other inventors, but I'm going to bring crazy.
What are you going to do, Melinda?
I'm going to try to bring on Lisa Galassi. She's been involved in our network a lot, and she has a question about food products. I want to make sure that she's asking. I'm going to see if I can get her on. If not, I can word what she's trying to say. Hi, Lisa. Can you hear us?
Yes, I can.
Hi. Yeah.
Hi.
Okay. So do you want to ask your question live before we get to the next inventors?
Absolutely. My question is, what about food products? When you were sitting there describing all of the criteria to get on to the show, food products meet that. Especially healthy gourmet products that solve the problem of what was for dinner and making the taste of homemade a reality for busy families.
Exactly. Great point, Lisa. Yes, the food product category is huge. I mean, it's a very, very marketable category, no doubt about it. When it comes to food products, everything is drop ship, okay? So you have to have drop ship capabilities if you're going to deal in the food category.
Okay.
And so, we can work with you on that. but that is a prerequisite. They don't carry any of the food in their inventory or anything like that. So it has to be drop shipped. And if you go to, I tell you, a good exercise is if you go to hsn.com and just type in the search, you know, a particular food that you're interested in or whatever, everything will come up and you'll see what's already on the air. And that'll give you a great idea of different food categories.
Great, and we do drop ship, so I will definitely go to your website.
All right, well, you piqued my interest now. What type of food do you have?
We have a gourmet pasta sauce line.
Nice.
It's all natural, gluten-free, high quality, fabulous flavors.
Great, great. And you go on the air? I mean, would you go on the air yourself?
Absolutely.
Oh, I love the passion. That's great.
I love to cook, so it would be great.
Okay. All right. Well, they're going to tell you how to get in touch in a little while here, so stay with us, and we'll see what can happen. You never know.
All right.
Okay.
Thank you, Lisa.
Thanks, Lisa.
Okay. So we have actually another question that's very interesting. This is, I think, an important one. It's from Laura Cordos with the Back Buddy, and who's also a fabulous inventor in our network. And she has been contacted by HSN and by you previously, but we were never able to move forward. Can she resubmit her product for consideration? Is that, I mean, do we look at it?
Of course. Because here's a very long story short, the process is the products come in, we filter them, we look at them and everything, and then we have an ongoing meeting with the buyers at HSN for those categories. And there's a specific team of buyers for HSN American Dreams, different than other product categories, okay? And we have an ongoing meeting where they'll come over to the office and they'll look and they'll review and they'll decide what they want to take. So things change all the time. So maybe it didn't work out the first time. By all means, to resubmit. The Back Buddy, if I recall, and we see over 1,000 products a week now, so my memory may be going a little crazy, but did that come out of the Utah or somewhere?
You know, we just featured Back Buddy.
It's a pillow that is for nursing moms and.
Oh, okay. No, I'm thinking of something else. Okay. All right. Yeah. So
it's a very firm back pillow made by a chiropractor. Laura's the chiropractor.
Oh, that's great.
And
that's great.
It's for not only new moms, but it's for anyone that wants to sit in a much more firm back pillow. But the outside is incredibly soft. It must be like chenille or something. It's beautiful.
Oh, sounds great. By all means, you should resubmit because things change. Things change all the time.
Yeah, great. All right, well, let's get to the next inventor. This is Elizabeth Sofer, and she's with Quick Zip Sheet. And I'm going to unmute her, and so she can talk directly with you.
What was the name of it?
It's Quick Zip Sheet, and then she's gonna tell me where to go and what to do. She's gonna boss me around.
Oh, okay.
Hi, Elizabeth.
Hi, this is Elizabeth. Hi, Bob. Hi.
Hi, Elizabeth. How are you?
I'm doing very well today. Thanks. How are you?
Great. Good to have you on the line with us. How can we help?
Thanks. We're so excited to talk to you because we've always thought that our product is a great demonstratable product that solves a real problem in people's lives, and we have reinvented a product that was introduced in 1959, and you touch it every day, and it is designed so poorly that in mass media they've called it impossible, evil, devilish, hell even. It is your fitted sheet, and nobody likes to change a sheet. No one likes to climb on top of a bunk bed. Nobody likes it when their sheets pop off or when they smash their knuckles on the headboard when they're trying to get it on. And so we started in the baby industry, but our customers were begging us for sheets for their own beds and for RVs and for bunk beds and for college dorms.
Right.
And so we have what we call the Quick Zip Sheet, as Melinda said. And Melinda, would you show that insider video?
Yes, I am going to their Facebook page, their fabulous Facebook page. Uh-oh, now it's taking up the top of the page.
Get your sheet together.
Yeah.
That's our, yes, that is our tagline.
You had it right. So it's January 4th, you said, right? Let's go to, we'll go down
Yes.
to the date.
Look at that baby. I want that baby.
No, she has so many cute pictures. Go to, they have a fabulous Facebook page. So go to it's Quick Zip Sheets. I'm going down to January 4th because we did find it ahead of time, which is great. And it wants to, so I'm almost there.
So I think right, maybe the next or somewhere. And we also have a streaming video on our home page for anyone who goes to quickzipsheet.com.
There it is.
Okay.
Okay.
There you go. Hit that one.
Let me start it from the beginning. Oh, great. There we go. Let me start from the beginning. Oh, come on. You can see everything, can't you?
I know. It'll be anticlimactic when we get back to
Yeah. There we go. Now it's exciting.
Neat. That's neat. Wow. Did you invent it, Elizabeth?
I did. I invented it when my first child was born, and I remember standing there thinking, do I really have to take this whole crib apart to change the sheet? How do I possibly do this? And so I came up with this two-piece fitted sheet. We have a patent on it, and I think when I was looking at that video, it was a little not quite flowing, but just so you know, the crib sheet was invented, and it goes all the way around the bottom of the mattress, and so you just drop the mattress in and you zip it on and off, and you never have to pull the mattress out or move bumpers. You can change sheets in the middle of the night. And then we even reinvented our own design for adult beds, and so that one, you don't have to put it all the way under the mattress. You just put it on like a fitted sheet. The base stays in place. We've created a really sturdy, well-fitting base. And then the sheet zips off and on. So when you change your sheet, you just zip off the panel that you're sleeping on. It's a rectangle. You throw it in the wash. It's not eating your socks in the dryer. It's not a pain to fold. And as it turned, we thought the whole thing was about ease, and then people are telling us actually their biggest complaint is really that their sheets pop off or they don't stay on nicely. And so we've solved all these issues with the fitted sheet. And we introduced this adult line of 400 thread count beautiful luxury sheets about a year ago after coming out of the juvenile industry.
Right, right. But it would also, I could see it helping maybe those that maybe have an arthritic condition or difficult to, you know, handle things.
Exactly.
Challenges. It would help them as well, right?
And, you know, we have done a focus group with the Arthritis Foundation here in Denver. We actually did that before we launched this line of sheets, and we made some changes that actually addressed even more specifically easier ways to do it. We have a zipper pull that has a loop in it, so you could actually put your fingers in there, and we can adjust. We could make it even, you know, even easier for certain people. We changed the way the zipper start was so that it was easier for people. Yeah, and we think senior and, you know, baby boomer is a great market for us.
Sure. Yeah, I would agree. Well, definitely stay tuned to find out how, you know, we can connect and get in touch with one another on this. But the sheet category, the bedding category, is an already proven category on HSN. So you have a built-in audience that we know people accept it and are looking for it and will respond to it. And it's what I call and this is another thing that inventors should keep in mind when developing their product or already having an existing product, is I always ask people, what's your pod? What's your pod, your POD? That stands for point of difference. In other words, what separates what you have from everything else? I'm just not talking about things that could be patented, but what's different about it? What separates it? What would create the need for that product for somebody? So I can definitely see that in your product. So we should talk more. Definitely.
Great. Looking
Okay.
forward to it, and we will follow the process and hopefully talk to you again soon.
Terrific. Thanks.
Right. Thank you, Elizabeth.
Thanks, Deanna. Thanks.
Okay. So we have our final person who I'm actually.
I know we have to leave.
No, we still have lots to share too. We've got to share with people where they can find you and submit their products to the people who aren't, the few that we were able to showcase. So very excited. So now I know how to pronounce her name, and I hope I'm saying it right. It's Mina Scumaci. I love that. So I'm gonna unmute her first, and then we're gonna go to her website. I'm gonna share my screen again. I'm just going to find her there. She's unmuted. Hi, Mina. Can you hear me?
Hi.
Hi. Okay. So I'll unless you want me to do otherwise, I'll go to your website. I'm going to share screens here so you can see.
Yeah. Mina with an M.
Yeah.
Mina.
Scumaci. Am I saying it right?
Yes.
It's like Circosta.
Yeah. That's awesome. I love your name. But I torture names, so I'm glad when I can talk to somebody beforehand to get there. So you can find her product at classycurl.com and Classy Curl Roller, the original roller. So I'm going to play this video that really showcases it fabulously. So.
How is it you can get the volume you love that lasts for days from a salon, but at home it's just a different story? Dealing with all the static and breakage from those little plastic edges, Velcro are just the worst. That's because you haven't tried the original Classic Curl Roller. The rollers are made with 100% boar bristle, a healthier alternative for smoothing hair while creating volume and shine. Classic Curl Rollers can be applied wet, damp, or dry. Help you create that salon look at home. Next time, skip the salon and get a box of original Classic Curl Rollers for less than the price of a blowout. Create that salon look at home with Classic Curl.
Okay. Can I jump in for a second?
Yeah, of course.
Okay. Is she on the line? Is it Mina with an M?
Yes, I'm here, yes.
Oh, Mina, you're there. Hi, how are you?
I'm good. How are you? Nice to meet you.
Oh, my pleasure. My pleasure. Couple of questions. The hair category is a huge category in all of TV shopping, no matter what channel you're on. It's huge. But at the same time, it's also a very competitive and a very crowded space. So we really have to accentuate and emphasize what is so different about your curlers. So what is so different?
Okay, well, let me give you a little bit of background about myself. I've been a licensed cosmetologist for over 25 years, and I've never been happy with Velcro rollers. I don't know if you're familiar with them, but most women
What's the
have used them.
problem with Velcro?
Well, several things. The plastic edges get caught in the hair and snag, cause static, and collect lint. And I was never happy with the length of them. They come in different diameters, but the length is 2.5 inches long. I wanted to create a roller to mimic a round hairbrush, a round boar bristle brush, which is 4 inches in length. And the boar bristles are a better, healthier alternative for your hair compared to the plastic and the Velcro, and also compared to nylon bristle brushes. And in creating this product, I had the stylist in mind, because I am a stylist at heart, first of all. And stylists nowadays are using round brushes to set hair. So they're literally taking sections and wrapping heads of hair in brushes. And there could be up to a dozen brushes in their hair, which is very heavy for the client and expensive for the stylist to carry all those brushes. And also, you need a lot of.
You might hit somebody.
Yeah, and then you also need a lot of storage space in your salon to carry all the different size brushes and a dozen of each size. So that was mine.
Very interesting. Yeah. Now, why was the size important to mimic the hairbrush size? Why?
Well, two
With
things.
that?
Two of the things for me, we as hairstylists, we call a mohawk section. We like to take a section right down the center of the top of the head, and
Right.
typically 2.5 inches is not long enough. And when we do round brush blow drying, we use brushes, and they're at 4 inches in length, the barrel. So that's why, and obviously you cover more territory, so it's quicker, and you use less of them.
Okay, good. We answered all the questions, Mina, no doubt about that. Okay, because that would be the main thing that we would have to explain. And just for everyone else to notice, the reason I asked her about what's the problem with Velcro, see, problem solution is one of the age-old ways to present any product, problem solution. However, the challenge with problem solution is that everybody talks about their product as a solution. What we don't talk about enough is what is the problem. And think about it this way: if I don't think I have the problem, then why do I need your solution? But if I understand what the problem is, now I want your solution. And there's a big difference between needing and wanting. And as soon as, Mina, as soon as you started talking about what the problem was, now you're creating a need for your product. Does that make sense?
Yes, definitely.
Okay.
Also, we market that you could get a salon look at home. Women have a hard time round brush drying their own hair. Using these rollers is a lot easier than trying to round brush dry your hair. So you get a lot of volume.
Does it help with volume?
Yes,
volume?
That's the main focus is the volume, and you could definitely get some wave or curl depending on the hair type and length and size diameter you choose to use.
Right. I had a product years ago. Somebody came to a seminar that I was doing, and it was a hairstylist, and he noticed that when he teased somebody's hair, that would actually break the hair and damage the hair. And one day, by pure chance, he had a rubber band wrapped around the end of his teasing comb, and he noticed when he was teasing the hair was attracted to the rubber, almost like as a magnet for some reason. So he developed this product. It was called TZs, and I put it on the air, and we sold 3.5 million of these over the years. So hair is a great category, but you've got to come up, which I now know that you have because you answered the question beautifully. You have to come up with that pitch, with that reason, to buy, because again, it's a very crowded space.
Right.
Hair category is very crowded, so you got to come right out with, let me tell you how I'm going to solve the problem, that type of thing. But that's down the road. Yeah, we should talk.
Yeah, definitely. I did have a booth at the trade show downtown here in Chicago a couple years ago, and it's very highly demonstratable. I mean, I did have even a mannequin head with a Velcro roller stuck in her hair, and did some demonstrations with my rollers as well. So yes. Yeah,
I would imagine the before and afters are incredible on something like that.
Definitely.
Okay, great. Stay tuned. All right, find out how we can get in touch.
Yeah.
Perfect. Thank you.
Thanks,
Thank
Mina.
you. But say her last name again.
Scumaci.
Oh, I love it.
I know.
Great.
I got to talk to her beforehand because I would have sliced and diced that thing.
Oh, it's a great name.
Yeah, very strong, very good. Okay, so for all of you, I'm going to share my screen. This is where you can actually submit your product, and we're going to have more information. Also, we have it kind of coming into our website too. So if you want to go to our website too to get to it, that's fine if you forget. But you're going to want to go to Bob Circosta, that's CIRCOSTA.com, and you're going to want to go to his website, and he has lots of fabulous stuff here. But you're going to want to go to find out how your product could be on HSN American Dreams. So click on there, and then there's a nice, easy-to-use form. And if you could say that you learned from it from either Inventors TV or Inventors Network, so he knows, because he gets lots of submissions. So that would be fabulous to let him know that you found it from here. And so yeah, that's just BobCircosta.com. So,
Good, yeah. That's exactly right. You go there, you fill out the questionnaire, and let me just emphasize once again, we have a little drop-down box, or not drop-down, but it's a box to fill out. How did you hear about it? By all means, put in Inventors Network, okay? Inventors TV, Inventors Network. Just put that in there so I know where you're coming from. And just fill that out, hit submit, and that goes right to the team. But when you put in Inventors Network, it kind of, I make sure that, not to go to the front of the line, but I make sure that we pay attention to them right away. So that's why you got to put Inventors Network in there, because if not, it's going to go in with everybody else's submission. I think these two are special, so I want you to be special.
Oh,
okay?
yeah.
All right, so by all means do that, and go. And this, I know this is very technical. This is high tech, but go to bobcircosta.com. But if you didn't get the spelling of the name, BOBCIRCOSTA.com. And we have put on, I forget the number of entrepreneurs thus far, but I did get a report the other day where our entrepreneurs that we put on the air in American Dreams, they have now gone over $5 million in total sales.
That's wonderful.
So it's a great, great opportunity, and we'll get into details about the margins and the actual process of how it works. But I can assure you that it is a win-win situation for everyone. So I urge you to get in touch. You never know. Just remember, opportunities don't go away; they go to somebody else. So take advantage of the opportunity that Inventors TV is presenting to you all out there. Take advantage of it, okay?
I like that. Thank you again, Bob, and thank you all for being a part of our audience. Melinda and I, couldn't do the show without all their participants and great innovation. And we just want to thank everyone once again for being on our show again.
Thank you. It's an honor, and I hope we do it again. Thank you all.
So.